The 7 laws of spiritual success, which is going to be law 2, the law of giving. The universe operates through a dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And in our willingness to give what we seek, we must keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. The second spiritual law of success is the law of giving. This law can also be called the law of giving and receiving because the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Nothing is static. Your body is in a dynamic and constant exchange with the body of the universe. Your mind is dynamically interacting with the mind of the cosmos. Your energy is an expression of cosmic energy. The flow of life is nothing other than a harmonious interaction of all the elements and forces that structure the field of existence. This harmonious interaction of elements and forces in your life operate as a law of giving, because your body and your mind and the universe are in a constant and dynamic exchange. Stopping the circulation of the energy is like stopping the flow of blood. Whenever blood stops flowing, it begins to clot, to become stagnant. And this is why you must give and receive in order to keep wealth and affluence or anything that you want in life circulating in your life. The word affluence comes from the word affluere, which means to flow up, to flow to. The word affluence means to flow in abundance. Money is really a symbol of life energy. We exchange in the life energy that we use as a result of the service that we provide in the universe. In other words, another word for money is also currency, which also reflects the flowing of nature's energy. The word currency comes from the Latin word concur, which means to run or to flow. Therefore, if we stop the circulation of money, it is our only intention to hold onto our money and hoard it. Since it's life energy, when we stop its circulation back into our lives, we also stop its circulation to come back into our lives. And in order to keep that energy coming to us, we must have to keep the energy circulating. Like a river, money must keep flowing, otherwise it becomes to be stagnant, to clog, to suffocate, and strangle its own very life force. Circulation keeps it alive and vital. Every relationship is one of giving and taking. Giving endures receiving, and receiving endures giving. What must go up must come down, and what must go out must come back. In reality, receiving is the same thing as giving, because giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And if you stop the flow of either, you interfere with nature's intelligence. And every seed is a promise of 1,000 forests. But the seed must not be hoarded. It must give its intelligence to the fertile ground. Through its giving, its unseen energy flows into the material manifestation. The more you give, the more you will receive, because you will keep the abundance of the universe circulating in your life. In fact, anything that is of the value in life only multiplies when it's given. That which doesn't multiply through giving is neither worth giving nor worth receiving. If through the act of giving you feel like you have lost something, then the gift is not truly given, and it will not cause increase. If you give grudgingly, there is no energy behind that giving. It is an intentional behind your giving and receiving that is the most important. The intention should always be to create happiness for the giver and the receiver. Because happiness is a life-supporting and life-sustaining, and therefore generates increase. The return is directly proportional to the giving, which is unconditional and from the heart. That is why the act of giving has to be joyful. The frame of the mind has to be one in which you feel joy in the very act of giving. Then the energy behind the giving increases many times over. Practicing the law of giving is actually very simple. If you want joy, give joy to others. If you want love, learn to give love. If you want attention and appreciation, learn how to give attention and appreciation. If you want material affluence, help others to become materially affluent. In fact, the easiest way to get what you want is to help others get what they want. This principle works equally well for individuals, corporations, societies, and nations. If you want to be blessed with all the things in life, learn to silently bless everyone else with all the good things in life. Even the thought of giving, the thought of blessing, or a simple prayer has the power to affect others. This is because our body, reduced to its essential state, is a localized bundle of energy and information in a universe of energy and information. We are localized bundles of consciousness in a conscious universe. The word consciousness implies more than just energy and information. It implies energy and information which is alive as thought. Therefore, we are bundles of thoughts in a thinking universe. And thought has the power to transform. Life is the internal dance of consciousness that expresses itself as a dynamic exchange of impulses of intelligence between microcosm and macrocosms, between the human body and the universal body, between the human mind and the cosmic mind. When you learn to give that what you seek, you activate the dance with the extinguished, energetic, and vital movement that constitutes the internal throb of life. The best way to put the law of giving into operation, to start the whole process of circulation, is to make a decision that anytime you want to come into contact with anyone, you will give them something. It doesn't have to be in the form of material things. It could be a flower, a compliment, or a prayer. In fact, the most powerful forms of giving are non-material. The gift of caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts that you can give. And they don't cost anything. When you meet someone, you can silently send them a blessing, wishing them happiness, joy, and laughter. This kind of silent giving is very powerful. One of the things I was taught as a child, which I taught to my children also, is to never go to anyone's house without bringing something. Never visit anyone without bringing them a gift. You may say, how can I give to others when at the moment I don't have enough for myself? You could bring a flower, one flower. You could bring a note or a card which says something about your feelings for the person that you're visiting. You can bring a compliment. You can bring a prayer. Make a decision to give wherever you go, to whoever you see. As long as you're giving, you will be receiving. The more you give, the more confidence you will gain in the miraculous effects of this law, and you will receive more. Your ability to give more will also increase. Our true nature is one of affluence and abundance, and we are naturally affluent because nature supports every need and desire. We lack nothing because our essential nature is one of pure potentiality and infinite possibilities. Therefore, you must know that you've already inherited affluence, no matter how much or how little money you have, because the source of all wealth is in the field of pure potentiality. It is the consciousness that knows how to fulfill every need, including joy, love, laughter, peace, harmony, and knowledge. If you seek these things first, not only for yourself, but for others, all else will come to you spontaneously. Now, how to apply the law of giving? I will put the law of giving into effect by making a commitment to make the following steps. Number 1, wherever I go and whoever I encounter, I will bring them a gift. The gift may be a compliment, a flower, or a prayer. Today, I will give something to everyone I come into contact with. And so I begin the process of circulating joy, wealth, and affluence in my life, in the lives of others. Today, I will gratefully receive, number 2. Today, I will gratefully receive all the gifts that life has to offer to me. I will receive the gifts of nature, sunlight, and the sounds of birds singing, or spring showers, or first snow of winter. I will also be open to receiving from others, whether it be in a form of a material gift, money, compliment, or a prayer. And the last one, I would make a commitment to keep wealth circulating in my life by giving and receiving life's most precious gifts, the gift of caring, affection, appreciation, and love. Each time I meet someone, I will silently wish them happiness, joy, and laughter. Now, if you want to go ahead and stay tuned for the third law, which is going to be the law of karma, or the law of cause and effect, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow, and I'll be here tomorrow.